Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we are taking a look at WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Now, this is a cheaper title. I think I got it for like £35, which is, you know, usually new games retail around 50. So there is that, but long story short, it's probably not worth that. Maybe 20 quid maybe. It's done by Saber Interactive, published by 2K, and it's obviously part of the WWE franchise that they've got going. I was interested in it because of the aesthetics. They've got the sort of big-headed sort of celebrity deathmatch look going on, so I was quite interested in it. And for a good few hours, I had fun. I mean, I've played it for 9.5 hours. Which, you know, for £35 isn't the worst value for money proposition, but it gets really old really fast. The way it works is obviously you have a wrestling match, but your characters are basically sectioned off into different categories. So you've got like the technician, the powerhouse, the high flyer, and they all the wrestlers that fall into those categories have the same moves apart from their signature and their finisher, which is terrible. This goes for, you can create a wrestler, but any that you create, you have to pick one of these archetypes, and they just have the same moves as any other one you create from that archetype as well. Not to mention that they have like one regular grapple move, and then like 4 hard ones, which you can then sort of spice up with a power modifier, and obviously you've got your sort of hard hitting ones. But it really falls by the by, because what you soon realise is when you're playing the game, and you have fun initially, and it's fine, and then as you go up through either the campaign or the create a wrestler sort of ladder that they have, you find that the AI just becomes king of reversing. You're taking your own life in your hands if you try and grapple with this fucker, because he's going to reverse your ass, and you can't reverse reversals. So, tough shit. So what you'll begin doing is you're relying on strikes. So every match you'll just be like, okay, I'm going to hit you till you fall over, then I'm going to kick you on the floor, then I'm going to hit you till you fall over, carry on until my special lights and your health bar is low enough, and I'll use that, and then I'll pin you. And it becomes that every single match, because you can't risk actually locking up with the guy, because he's going to reverse your ass. Now, that makes the matches extremely repetitive, extremely boring. I know you can say, well, you can try and lock up. Yeah, but you'll just lose. I mean, as you can't reverse the reversal, he basically takes that choice out of your hands. You just can't do it. So I was having fun until we got to the point where grapple moves became pretty much shooting yourself in the face. And then we have to talk about the microtransactions as well. For a £35 game, the amount of microtransactions in this is pretty egregious. It does, from this aspect, it does feel like a mobile game more than a regular game. And this released on the PC, which is the version that I got it on, and you know the PS4 and Xbox One as well. So, you know, they are throwing it out to the gamer market and not the casual market, which, yeah. But yeah, wrestler parts you can unlock for your create a wrestler. Additional wrestlers have to be unlocked. Their costumes have to be unlocked. Additional battlegrounds have to be unlocked. Additional shots for create a wrestler have to be unlocked. I mean, it's one thing to say, oh, well, it gives you a lot to do, and you can get all of it with in-game currency. Let me just put that out there, because I know, well, probably no one's going to say it in the comments, but you don't have to spend money on this game to get everything. And at the start, they do give you the sort of in-game currency at quite a good clip, because you're leveling up very quickly, and every time you level, you get a nice bundle of wrestling bucks or whatever it's called. And then on the create a wrestler sort of career path, there's matches which lead to like $10,000 packages that you can just unlock from there. So the early parts of the game, you are getting quite a lot. I mean, and I would say the average match, you're earning about 300 without any bonuses. So you are getting a significant amount. And the wrestlers are priced between, I think it's 3, 6, 9 and 12, depending on their rarity, with 12 being like your Hulk Hogan's and your Brock Lesnar's and stuff like that. But I mean, having played the amount of the game that I've played, I have unlocked most of the ones I was interested in unlocking. There's still a lot more to unlock because you have the different costumes for them as well. Like the default Undertaker costume insists on him wearing a hat in the ring, which is fucking ridiculous, but there you go. So it's fun. It is fun for like the first, I would say probably 5 hours maybe. So if you're down with paying £35 to fit 5 hours, you know, there's 21 wrestlers that it comes with unlocked over the male and female rosters. If that's enough for you and you're quite happy to like earn the rest, then you know it's fine. I haven't had too many technical problems. It runs pretty consistently at 144 frames per second, so it actually is one of the few games that will take advantage of my monitor, and my rig can push along at a significant rate to do so. So that's good. There are some, I couldn't get it to happen while I was recording footage, but I have noticed that like sometimes when you're using a weapon and it breaks, the frame rate tanks for like 5 seconds at literal sort of single figures and then shoots back up again. So I don't know what's going on with that. One of my bugbears is you have entrances in this where you drop out of the sky in a pod. The pods, of course, have to be unlocked if you want a different one for your career wrestler or whatever. But so you're going through in career. So you enter, your opponent enters. I've seen my entrance, so I want to skip that. You can't skip one entrance. You skip, it skips all of the entrances. You just go to the ring. But then again, the entrances aren't particularly anything to get excited about. I mean, it uses a lot of licensed music, so God knows whether I'm going to have to recapture the gameplay and re-upload. What I'll do is I'll edit it all together and upload it and see what YouTube says, basically. If it's just a little bit, I might be able to get away with it and just sort of mute that section or go back into the edit and just put something over it, like I had to with UFC 4. But there is a lot of licensed music in it, and obviously most of it's licensed to WWE. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If there's no in-game music, then that would be why. But hopefully, well, I've tried to keep like all the music as short as possible to avoid it, but we'll see if I was successful. One other strange ass thing about this game: there are cage matches. You know, those matches that they have where two men beat each other up, and then the winner is the one that gets out of the cage by either going through the door over the top rope. Yeah, the way they've implemented it in this is kind of strange in the fact that you have to get money. Like bags of money appear on the side, and only when you've gotten a certain amount can you then go over the top rope, which is kind of weird. And every so often the cage electrifies as well, which is very annoying because you beat someone down and you're like, right, I've got the opportunity to go get some money now. So you run over to the rope, start climbing, and then the alarm goes off to tell you it's going to electrify, so you have to come down, and then the guy gets up again, and you're just like, that's just really frustrating, thank you for that. There are actually environmental hazards as well, which you will find yourself using. It's almost like the Def Jam New York approach, in the fact that you stop using wrestling moves and start using the environment as soon as you find out about them, because it does so much damage. So in this, there's like a Florida stage where you got a crocodile on each side of the ring, and you can literally throw your opposing wrestler into their mouth and have him nom on him for a bit. There's one where there's a car up on a jack, and you can throw him into the lever, which releases the jack, and the car comes down on him. So it's stuff like that, and an exploding barrel, and you can go up on a helicopter and like do this ginormous bomb move into the ring. I mean, so it's got a few little nice touches like that, but at the end of the day, you will be using that more because it does more damage and there's less risk of getting reversed. And you still have to pick the fucker up, which is possible to get reversed in the first place, but if you can, you know, it's worth doing because of the damage that they'll take. Oh, it's just... It had the potential to be like a really fun throwaway arcade game, right? And it's just limited in every single way, really. From the amount of moves, you can't assign moves, nothing like that. It's just a bit of a disappointment, really. I was kind of up for like a more arcadey sort of wrestling game, but it's just taken it too far. It's like when you look back at some of like the SNES and Mega Drive stuff and realise that the wrestlers there had more moves, it's kind of like, oh, not sure. Anyway, we all know the N64 had the best wrestling games, so they should be busy trying to replicate those games rather than making new eras for themselves. Anyway, guys, my overall rating for 2K WWE 2K, whichever way round you want to say it, Battlegrounds, is a 5 out of 10. It needed more content for the price it released at, or to release at a lower price. I don't really view the microtransactions as insurmountable because you do earn a lot of money. It does slow down as you play through the game, so it takes more time as you get further on, as well as the gameplay becoming more boring as you get further on, so you're less likely to want to stick it out and actually get that money and unlock. So my advice would be, any wrestler you're interested vaguely in seeing done in this kind of style, then get them first, regardless of whether they're the 12,000 point ones or not. Just get them first, because by the time you unlock everything, you're going to be bored as hell of this game. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. You'll take it easy, and I'll catch you next Saturday.